Mitch Gallagher from Sweetwater, and today I'm having just a blast playing through the Z-Rec module from Synergy. This is a new module that was a collaboration between Dr. Z and Synergy, and it's actually based on an amplifier, the Z-Rec, that was a collaboration between Dr. Z and Ken Fischer of Trainwreck amplifiers. The amp was originally made for Brad Paisley. He used it on a ton of concerts, on his recordings, and so on, and now that amplifier is also available. There's a Z-Rec Junior as well that has a master volume, but it's a 30-watt amplifier, 4 EL84 tubes, and you play it through a 2x12 cabinet that has a blue and a gold Celestion speaker in it. Now with this module, Synergy and Dr. Z have just gone to extreme lengths and in fact done some nice innovations here to recreate the sound and the feel of that amplifier. Let's take a closer look. The big challenge was the Synergy modules basically recreate the preamps that are found in different amplifiers. But with the Z-Rec, the original amplifier, a lot of the tone, a lot of the feel actually came from the power amp section of that amplifier. So what Dr. Z and Synergy came up with is a way to bring that power amp feel and vibe into the module, and they did that by actually including a real phased inverter. So there's sort of a 0-watt tube amplifier built into this module, and the result is really stunning. It feels great to play it, and of course it sounds great as well, and you really get that back-end distortion feel out of it as opposed to the more front-end preamp distortion. Let me give you some examples so you can hear what I mean. My signal path is the Z-Rec module, which is inside the Synergy chassis, a single module chassis, and it's being fed into a Universal Audio aux stomp, straight from there into an Apollo X4 audio interface, and I'm recording it into Pro Tools. All I've got on is a little bit of reverb, and I'm running through a 2x12 Celestion Alnico speaker cabinet. Okay, so on the module itself, we have two identical channels. You can set them up the same. You can set one up for lead, one for dirty, one for clean, and so on. But we've got a volume for each channel, basically the input gain. We've got a master volume for each channel, bass and treble controls. Then we've got a cut control on each channel as well, which we'll look at in just a little bit. And the interesting switch here is the speed comfort switch. Now that switch is actually on the original amplifier, and what it does is it changes the plate voltage. And that results in the speed setting, a faster, harder attack, a little bit more snappy response. When you put it in the comfort setting, the plate voltage is lowered and you get a little bit more of a soft feel, a little bit softer attack out of the amplifier. It's a little bit easier to play, just as responsive. In this case, we'll start with the clean channel, which is down here on the bottom, row of controls. I got my volume set to give me a nice clean tone. I'm set on the comfort setting. Everything else is basically at 12 o'clock. My bass control, treble control, the cut control, and then I've got my master up to get a decent level out of it. We've got plenty of tone control, of course. Our cut control works the way it does on a British style amplifier, where that cut control actually turns down the amount of high frequencies. So it basically acts as a high treble control, controls some of that detail and that real high end sparkle. If we turn that all the way down, and then if we bring that all the way up, bring it back to about 12 o'clock. Now with the speed setting up, or the speed comfort switch set to the up position, you get a nice snappy attack. Probably more feel it than you hear it. Now when we move to comfort, still very responsive to your pick hand dynamics and whatever you're doing to articulate with your pick, but it's just a little softer feel, a little bit rounder attack on there. Now if we go over to channel 2, the top set of controls here, you see the light change to red on the module. And I've got this turned up to about 12 o'clock on the gain. Everything else is at 12 o'clock as well. And it's going to put us nicely into that breakup crunch territory. This module is so dynamic. It's like playing through a real amplifier, if you will, because it is a real amplifier that's inside this chassis. Really sounds great. That's one of my favorite settings on this module. But of course, we have plenty more gain on tap. Even with the Telecaster, really sweet. We can turn it all the way up. And even at full gain, we roll back our volume control. Really sweet, so touch sensitive, and it's got a nice bright top end to it, a lot of articulation there, a lot of harmonic content, but it's never harsh sounding. It actually comes across really smooth. This is a module that's going to sit really well whether you're taking it on stage, playing it through a power amplifier and speakers, or if you're using it in the studio like I am to record direct through a speaker simulator. Really a fantastic module that gives you a wide range of tones and such great touch, such great feel. Man, it's so amp-like, it's just a blast to play. I've been having so much fun with it. Thanks for checking it out with me today. If you have questions about the Z-Rec or any of the other Synergy modules, or the Dr. Z apps for that matter, contact your Sweetwater sales engineer or visit sweetwater.com. All the information you need is right there. Thanks for joining me today. I'm Mitch Gallagher from Sweetwater.